guys, and good morning. Welcome back to 14s because we are 14s and this podcast is 14s. It's 8 a.m., so ignore our morning voices, please.
It might
I'm
not
Lauren.
be morning for them. Good morning, afternoon, evening.
I think it's morning when you're listening to this. Am I right? Maybe.
No one listens to our podcast in the morning. Nobody wakes up and goes, "Oh, you know what I want to do?
God,
Turn down the volume, my love."
My volume is on the lowest percent.
you just have
She can't
sensitive-
go anymore. This is not limbo.
It's not limbo.
What
Anyway, I'm Lauren.
I'm Isabella.
I'm Gloria.
I'm Haley.
Let's talk about the realities of being a teenager. Part 2 of our realities series.
Yeah, sorry I wasn't here for the first one, guys.
She's back.
Realities of being Isabella.
That would be cute.
We could do an episode. Oh, this might be cute. Like the realities of being us, and then each go around, like everybody's like.
End up us complaining about our lives.
No, it wouldn't be like. It'd be like, okay. If you're Gloria, you tend to get really stressed out when a lot of things start to happen. Like we can just kind of like not.
Okay.
I wouldn't say.
That's a normal human being thing. This is a Gloria thing.
No, the Gloria thing is complaining about it, and then when people give you solutions, you go, "Nah, I don't like that."
Or yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And then they type another paragraph and you're like, okay, well, okay.
She's like,
I
hate authority. Why are you telling me to do something?
I don't know why this turned into me getting.
No, I don't. I'm like, okay, I'll do it for you when you need help.
Sniff. Okay. Anyway, I think that'd be funny if we like if Isabella was like, okay, a reality of being Lauren is that you make your red hair your entire personality. Or
No,
like,
that's gonna start fights.
no, it's just like I feel like that's cute. Or we could say good things too.
We need to be a united front.
For real. Reality of being a teenager, you get sidetracked every single time because we all have undiagnosed ADHD. We all know that it's there.
Of like distractions.
Realities of being a teenager. You don't have a sleep schedule. No, it's not real.
And if you do, it's because your parents put you on one.
Don't believe the patriarchy. That's just me making a joke. I promise. I don't believe it. Haha.
Real convincing.
Another thing. Yeah. Just know that some of us go to bed at ungodly times, and it's not because we want to. It's not because we want to, per se. It's not because we want to. More of it's because we are forced to with our internal body clocks. Because they
They're so
are
freaking messed up. Nobody knows what's going on with those.
But nobody ever talks about it.
Yeah. I don't know how to fix it either. Okay. The reality of being a teenager is that every person that's giving you responsibilities thinks that their thing is the most important thing.
Yep.
Your French teacher is like, no, this is the most important thing. Because when else, you're not learning another whole new language in any other class. This is more important. Your musical, it's like, this is your extra, this is the show we put on. This is the legacy of the school. This is what you will leave behind. This is more important. Your math teacher's like, well, this is the hardest class to take. This is your junior level. You need to know this. You need to know this for next year. This is the most important thing. AP World teacher's like, this is a college level class. You have an exam that's going to give you college level credit. This is the most important thing. Your parents are like your family. This is the most important thing. Being there, helping around the house, spending time with you. This is the most important thing. And all your friends are like, aren't we the most important thing?
It's like your Spanish teacher's whole life is Spanish. So like they are like, you need, like, I don't want you to fail my tests. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm gonna fail the other one.
They grade, but they don't know that we take classes in tests and other in 5 to 6 other classes.
Now you know.
Gloria, you're up.
Why are you being a teenager? No one believes like you can do anything. At the same time, they believe you can do everything. Like I'm constantly getting told like you're a teenager, you don't like have any worries. Like I don't think you realize we don't just like play with stickers and dolls. Like not to like be like but like we have a podcast, I have a business, we put on a cabaret. Like we do big things for being people with like no authority in society. Along with having 7 classes. I only have 6, but along with having 7 classes for most of you. And like yeah, I just don't get how like they see us in our rooms doing homework all the time. And like, yeah, we're on FaceTime with our friends while we do it because like we're gonna have like severe mental health issues if we can't talk to anyone and just have to do homework in our room.
Not that we don't already, but
Yeah, because as a teenager, you're constantly told, it's kind of like Gloria, like enhancing Gloria's point, but as a teenager, you're constantly told that like to act like an adult, but then when you act like an adult, they get mad at you. And I'm like,
you're not an adult. You don't understand. You just told me to act like
you told me to act like an adult. Like what the heck?
they're like, grow up, but I'm the adult here.
Ron said this and it really was true. So like as a child, you have no freedom, but you have no responsibility. And then as an adult, you have all the freedom in the world, but a lot of responsibility. So it's like a negative and positive. As a teenager, you still don't have freedom. Like you still have to ask your parents, but you have a ton of like teenage responsibilities.
So you get both of the bad things.
That is the truest thing that I have ever heard.
It's also terrible because none of us can drive. And like the way our extracurriculars work, they don't give us like a correct end time. They just give us a general one because most people in the high school can drive. Therefore, our parents are pissed that we finished 2 hours early or late. And they're like, I really hope they realize we don't want you to be mad at us. We did not pick the time to piss you off.
Yeah, why we would rather know the end time too, so we can know if we can do something else or like how long we have to do this homework assignment. We would rather know. So why would we purposely not?
Public service announcement. Anything we do, if it makes you mad but it doesn't benefit us, we're not like doing it on purpose. Like I lost my retainer and my mom was like kind of mad because they're kind of expensive. But also like I'm mad too. I don't want like a new one where my teeth have moved. I want the original. Like obviously maybe I'm not as mad, but like I didn't want it to be lost either. I'd rather wear my retainer, not have to go get new impressions. Like
Right. Like things that are accidents. I know like responsibility is a thing, but
and like I know these things have nothing to do with each other, but I think you need to like look back at the big picture of your child. Like there's 3 of us and like we're all on different levels of like responsibility and stuff. Like my sister just got like huge trouble for her room being like absolutely disgusting. And like yeah, whatever. But like I've had mine clean for the 5 years we've lived here. And she's had it messy for the 5 years we've lived here and just now gone, you know. And then when it comes to like do something, they'll let her but won't let me. But I'm like the one with all A's and this and that. Like I think you need to look back at the big picture of your child, you know.
or like yeah. Okay, I have my next one. Isabella, it's your turn anytime.
Okay. Reality of being a teenager. Okay. We are in this weird place, as we've stated, where we can't do anything, but yet we can do everything. So here's the thing. We want freedom. All we want in this world is freedom. So like, we're told that we can have freedom, but then y'all don't drive us to get us to the freedom.
To get us to the freedom.
You're told that you can do whatever the heck you want, but then whenever you ask to go do that, they're like, how late is it? I don't want to drive that late. Why?
Haley, go ahead.
My mom is like, why don't you go hang out with your friends? Why aren't you going out? And I'm like, homework. I have so much homework, I can barely breathe, woman. I have so much homework, I can barely do anything. It's like this year, I feel like a lot of our class time was like taken away from us. So instead, we just got assigned work.
That's true. Because we're
Besides
So-
Friday, don't we go to school the same amount? Because 45 plus 45 is 130.
I'm talking about the fact that we don't see our classes the same day after day. And it's not how it normally was.
homework on that day. So
Yeah.
we things out and we just don't know because it's high school and we don't know like what a normal workload is. But also they used to not have that 80. Like at the beginning of the year we had 50-minute periods and like only twice a week or whatever. So they lost class time at the beginning of the year. And so now they're all behind and trying to give us a bunch of homework to catch up.
Yeah, because there's no way we would be starting the Metamorphosis this late.
I know we have 3 books in English. We are on page 3 of one of them.
You're on page 3. We're on like 12.
Okay, maybe
We haven't even started ours yet, so
we're at the
We had
very
2 books in English and we finished one.
we finished
We did the Dollhouse, but that wasn't a book. It was a play. And we spent like 3 months on it. And we have 3 books, so we haven't spent any time on
we
it.
have The Metamorphosis, Catcher in the Rye, and A Raisin in the Sun. It is March 26th, ma'am.
we have to read A Catcher in the Rye.
No, you
Like
don't
that's
have
part
to.
of.
You don't have to do anything anymore. They've taken away like pretty much everything.
Well, I guess I'm pretty sure it's like common standard that you kind of have to read The Catcher in the Rye when you're in English because it kind of sets you up like in a literature way to read things like To Kill a Mockingbird and more classical
Well, they're
things.
not teaching To Kill a Mockingbird anymore.
I know they took that out of the curriculum.
That's stupid. I like that book.
Well, it was because of racism.
I know it's like I know it. Yeah, but
It doesn't
Well-
handle racism in a good way. So, my mom
so
actually.
of course
fought for
they
that.
can't like show it. I don't know.
I don't know. My mom fought for that to not be taught because, yeah. But we're reading 12th Night and Things Fall Apart. We finished Things Fall Apart and we start 12th Night in like 2 weeks.
How are we in the same district? But like,
We don't read any of the same books.
yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. I really thought I was gonna read Catcher in the Rye, but nope. We're reading 12th Night, which is a Shakespearean comedy.
I hate the Metamorphosis.
It's weird.
It's a beautiful book. I really like it.
Maybe I'll grow to love it. I don't know. But my next reality of being a teenager is no matter how good of a kid you are or how good of a person you are, it's never good enough.
Yeah.
There's kids out there doing drugs, going to parties, getting drunk, doing illegal things. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, this is probably 50% of people are like do like illegal things.
I'm going with 60.
60 in our grade, and like it probably gets worse as high school goes on. So just the fact that like the worst thing I want to do is like talk with my friends more, or like I know I'm busy and involved, but, like I want to be involved in things. Why? I could be doing drugs. I could be pregnant. Like just
You could be pregnant. Oh my
I am all of the above.
I'm not pregnant. Listen, okay. Like just right now, I might sound like it because it's 8 a.m. and I just woke up, but I'm not on crack.
It's 8:30. It's been 30 minutes. You should be woke.
You do not sound woke.
Gloria's camera is still off, so
There are braids in my hair. She's a curling.
Anyway, yeah.
just we get taken for granted because it's like, yeah, everybody messes up, but at least mine didn't like kill somebody. So just
Oh my gosh, yeah, I have a literal perfect example of this. Okay, so I can't use names, crap. Okay, so, I manage the track team at my school, right? And one of the coaches is a total A-word. Oh my God, he is the worst. My father, just kidding. he is the literal worst, and he has a daughter, and he thinks that his daughter is like the queen of all daughters, right? Like, oh my gosh, she's so perfect, blah, blah. Well, it was her birthday this past week, and the amount of snap stories that I saw, happy birthday, her name, it was so much fun sneaking out with you over the summer. Like, we had so much fun, blah, blah, blah. Like, I love sneaking out with you, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, no. I do not. No. You don't get to be bragging about your daughter whenever she's doing this.
I guess your parents wouldn't know if we snuck out or not.
But we don't.
We don't.
Public service.
We don't. The most rebellious thing that Gloria and I have done is broken into a pool.
It sounds a lot worse than it was. The pool closed. We were in the pool at like 8:45. We went back, came back, and it closed at 9 because it's like my neighborhood pool. So we just jumped the fence. We didn't jump. She squeezed through the fence and then opened the door.
They talk about this at least 1 out of every 3 podcasts we film.
Honestly,
It's amazing.
it's equally cool and so uncool all at the same.
It's literally perfect.
The thing is, if they hadn't left the pool, they could still have been in there. It's just like
Exactly.
the pool didn't close, just the gate locked from the outside. So if they were still in the pool, they could stay until 3 a.m.
What was our reasoning? It was like we left to grab something.
Left to grab like a towel, I
By
think.
pool, and they just wanted to swim.
I think we left to get changed because your mom brought your clothes or something.
Oh yeah. Because we were just there like hanging out, like we weren't actually like in the water, and then we left to get changed, and we put on swimsuits, and then
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Ugh, the conversations had in that pool. Anywho, as a teenager, reality is that was so backwards. As a teenager, reality, the like worst part of you always gets shown. Like I will have just completed 4 biology assignments, 6 English assignments, and solved world hunger, and then my mom will see a T-shirt on the floor and be like, "What the heck is it? Like how because I can't be like, I did all these assignments." She's gonna be like, "Well, your room should have been cleaned first." And then if I'm like, "I'm cleaning my room," she'd be like, "How's your homework?" And be like, "Not done. You said cleaning my room is more important." Like they go back. Like I don't know. I feel like the worst. No matter what you do, there's gonna be something like negative about it. Like, oh, I got 8 assignments done. Ugh, you've been in your room too long. Well,
Yes.
sorry, I'll do my homework on the moon. Like, where else do you want me to be?
Isabella, you're up.
Oh. Okay. A reality of being a teenager is that you most of the time are like sitting in your room. Okay, I'm gonna kind of harp on teenagers for a second. Nothing is ever enough for us. You sit in your room and you have so many things to do, but you don't want to do all of them. And the reality of being a teenager is wanting something new to happen all the time. We get so sick of the everyday routine and doing the same things every day that we just want something new to do. So like if you're about to be a teenager, just know that you're going to be sitting in your room a lot being like, what am I supposed to do? Because I don't want to do any of the things that I normally do. You constantly just want to like change your life, like just get rid of it and start a new one.
We get so bored.
We get so bored.
There's only so many times I can sit there, go through my 7 classes, complete all the work, go to all my like extracurricular, like they're so fun while I'm at them, but like I'm just bored. Like when I'm alone, I have things I could be doing. I have like projects in my room that I need to complete. I'm just bored.
And like this is something that like our parents do where we're like, you have so many things. Like yes, we do, but I don't want to do any of them. You just constantly like want something new to do, which is annoying, but it's like, I don't know, part of learning how to entertain yourself, I guess. Mm-hmm. Which is why we're on FaceTime with our friends all the time, because you never know what can happen.
It's your turn.
Oh. I guess your parents just like also won't understand. Because you'll have a lot of homework and you'll do like half of it and then you'll decide, hey, my brain hurts too much. I'm going to take a nap. for like an hour, and then your mom's like, well, what did you do for that hour? And you're like, well, I took a nap. She's like, ugh, and you didn't do your homework? I'm like, please, I did. And I have never had a missing or late assignment in my entire life that wasn't the fault of the teacher not grading something. Like if it's a group project that I didn't submit, only one person has to submit. So it like says those are late for a little while, but they're not. And like, I guess I'll take naps often because I like get stressed out and stuff, and like sleeping is the only way to like stop that and stuff. So I'll just take a nap or I'll sleep later. Or maybe I won't sleep, okay? Maybe I won't even
Plot
sleep.
twist.
Yeah. Like I either sleep so much or I don't sleep at all. And yeah, I do all that, but I still get everything I have to do done. And it's annoying when like your successes are undermined by your parents being mad that you took an hour nap.
No. Also, I feel like if your parent ever comes in your room, it's not when you're doing the homework like that you just did. It's when you set it down for 3 seconds to text a friend.
Oh yeah, it's always whenever like I'm taking a TikTok break that they decide to hop into my room. They're like, I thought you were doing homework.
Or like I'm always watching something because like in AP World I need to like focus, but I can do Punnett squares while on YouTube, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there with my computer on my lap, and all you hear is the YouTube, but like there is biology behind it.
Here's one kind of piggybacking off of Haley's, like I was taking a nap thing. There is never rest. Okay, we think like weekends are when we're not at school sometimes, but that's not even true. Like I'm at school on Fridays and Saturdays when we aren't supposed to have school those days. Sundays I have church and youth group, and so like also if we have class on Thursday, we don't have in-person school on Fridays. We have e-learning. It's all due at 11:59 on Sunday, so like midnight basically. So some teachers give us enough work that it takes multiple days to do it, and other teachers are like, okay, see you on Monday, you have an assignment due. So like over the weekend we still are doing school, and also so like we have hours of set building for the musical, and we have in-person rehearsals on Friday for our music classes, and like we're doing like we never have a day of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's whatever sport you do season, or if it's like for us musical is happening right now. So there's never a day with nothing on it. There's never one. Or there's never a day with just one thing on it. It's never like, okay, today all I have is set building. Nope. It's never, okay, all I have today is school. That's all. Nope.
And if you somehow manage to finesse the system so that way like you can get away with not doing homework for a night, oh my God, it's like you're a brand new person.
Well, like the people who don't do after school stuff are kind of not like hated, but like everyone's like, what are you doing with their life? You know, like the people who like don't have a sport, don't have a school related clubs, their life is still like difficult and they still have things going on. People are gonna be like, what are you doing?
So yeah, those people get pressured too. It's not like the solution is to not do things. Or also people who aren't involved in like school clubs still have hobbies. They still have things around the house. Like they still do things. So like there's just teenagers don't get rest, and like that leads to some serious burnout.
Very 100% accurate. I had a response, but I honestly can't remember. So I need to dig deep into my brain hole. We are in this weird, confusing state of not a child and not an adult. And it's freaking terrifying. Oh, no, I remember my point. Okay, elementary school, you just signed up and your teacher was like, hi, I'm Miss Diamond. Let's go. Now you have to know what job you want freshman year so that you can take the classes for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's never going to be like a right answer. If you take AP, some colleges might not accept it. If you don't take AP, this might happen. And if you like get a 4, it might not count. You have to get a 5. And like if you there's no like correct thing to do. And if you like focus on your school, so you do no clubs and after school things, some colleges might be like, well, they're not well rounded. And if you do a bunch of clubs and stuff, but you have like more B's and C's, colleges might be mad about that. Like you really don't know what's right. So yeah, it's just weird. Don't be a teenager. I don't recommend it.
Skip it. Skip the phase. Okay. Do you want to do one or two more each? Or
One more each.
One.
Okay, people, teenagers. I guess if you're listening to this and you're a teenager, you know all of this, so you're just like relating to this.
Yes. No, I'm imagining them being like, oh my gosh, right? Okay. These ladies understand.
I feel like if someone calls us ladies, they're all of a sudden 45.
Teenagers. A reality of being a teenager is that you are gonna care so like we all care so much about like what other people think of us, but nobody's actually cares. We're all too enthralled in our own perspective that nobody cares. But no matter how many times I am told that nobody cares, I'm still gonna think that because I'm wearing yellow instead of blue, everybody's gonna hit me.
Oh.
You
Well,
do this the most out of everyone, G.
I do,
so-
but I don't know where hit me came
That's
from.
the only thing I could think of.
Sitting on the right side of the letter and everybody else.
No, that one was valid. They were in a clump because that's where you got on the stage, and I was in the corner of the opposite side. She didn't even
Get up and move if it was bothering you that much.
she
Nobody.
she didn't even know I was there. Like everyone else got this piece of paper and I didn't get one because I was like sitting with the crew.
It's in too deep now. Like, it's not too deep. Just move.
It's extremely deep.
She's like, there's no going back now. This is the end.
It is.
And we laugh.
Okay, am I dramatic? No. Do I come
What?
off-
Gloria thinks that if she wears a pair of jeans that do not perfectly fit her, she's going to get exiled. Like she thinks that she is going to be removed from the school and she's going to be known forever as the girl who wore jeans that were too long. Like she is just or they had one more hole than everybody else's jeans. Like if like a group of friends were like, hey, let's all wear like ripped jeans. Gloria would be like, well, how many holes are in said jeans?
Oh. Gloria, are you the judgy friend? Is that why you're scared of being judged?
Okay, I think we've decided I am judgy, but I don't judge anyone. Okay, no, yes I do.
Yes, you do.
I paused where I wasn't supposed to. I don't judge anything on the things I judge myself on. Like I'm not like, oh, their jeans have too many holes. I'm like, they're being a jerk.
Yeah, this is true.
Fair enough. I think Haley, is it your turn? Or is it Isabella's?
No, I just went.
Haley's. I thought I saw her leave the frame, but maybe not.
I would not.
No, she didn't. Okay.
Oh.
Fraud. Done me dirty.
I guess like something on a more serious note would be like the fact that when you're a teenager, it's a lot easier to develop like an eating disorder or self-harm or something around there, or something where like you're hurting yourself, I guess, like an eating disorder because of societal pressures and such. So I guess like that can happen to you, and the only thing you can try to do is try to be strong, kind of thing. So it's not like all hope is lost.
Yeah, relapse is a part of recovery. And like there are things that are self-harm that we don't think are self-harm. Like us taking showers that burn our backs, that's self-harm. Like there are things that we do as teenagers that we don't even realize are hurting us in the long run. And it like really sucks. But like we also have to learn, like the four of us here have to learn, and every teenager, that like there's no shame in asking for help, and sometimes your friends can't give you the level of help that you need.
I think I had one that kind of oh, so when you're a teenager, like even the things that are bad for you, it's okay. So there's like there's a lot of situations in which like the thing itself is bad, but so is not having the thing. The example I'm using is social media. Like we know social media isn't not good for mental health. Like, okay. But so is being the only person in your friend group, school, whatever, that doesn't have social media. Because then there's the FOMO, which is also bad for your mental health. And then so like being on it is bad, but also not having it is bad. But like being on it too little, you miss out on what's going on it. Being on it too much, you're like absorbed in it and wasting time. Like
Social media is only bad if you make it bad, because like TikTok, there's nothing, there's no like, I never want to be the people on my TikTok. They're always like, y'all, I just had a Mountain Dew slushie and now I'm about to drink a Bang. I'm gonna be up all night. And like, if you don't follow a supermodel, your Instagram feed, I guess like if you follow the popular girls, you're gonna see them like at the cake bake shop and like whatever. But like if you follow it's gonna be your friend like standing in front of the like
tree.
Yeah, like it's not.
And like everybody sees social media as really bad, when I know there's like research and stuff that says it's not good, but what there isn't as much research on that's equally as real and equally as harmful, I think, is the like isolation, or like the disclusion of not having it. Because like I don't have any for the longest time, and it sucked. Like everybody else would be like, oh, talking about it, and I didn't know. Like I don't have TikTok, and there's a TikTok dance in our musical choreography, and I don't know it. And it's like sucks because everybody else is doing it. So
It's been raining for like 24 hours.
What? It's been raining for a long time now.
Raining.
All right, Gloria, bring us home.
Everything is like, there's nothing's like, not to be terrible, but like, there's nothing good in our life. Everything has major positives and negatives. Friends, but like they take time away from school and homework, and like you kind of feel an obligation to say yes to them, even if you have like 17 other things to do. Like obviously in life you can find a negative thing in anything, but like we don't get anything out of anything that we do. You can say that like, because school, like that's not for like our benefit really. It's just because society has like told us we have to do this to go to college and survive. And then like after school activities, like I said, they're fun in the moment, and then you get home at 7 o'clock and realize you're 18 hours of homework you got to do. So like parents work a lot, and I realize that, but they like at least are getting a salary, which is like their outcome. I got a grade. I got the first letter in the alphabet, and that's gonna make my Skyward look real great, but I'm getting nothing out of it. I'm getting like, no, like we should get $5 per A we get. Like I would be like that would be better, like
Parents that do that are so smart. Like I know you need to learn to be self-motivated, but like if I'm gonna get them anyway, I'd rather be paid.
I don't get paid. I like if it's like only me in the family, if I ask for something, she'll get it. But she'd probably get it if I just asked for it in general.
Yeah, no, my parents, which I guess it's smart, but also it kind of is annoying when like you watch the other kids get $20 per A they get on their report, or B, and like I'm like working really hard to get really good grades, and they're like, it's a good thing you're self-motivated. Oh, all A's at the end of the semester, good job.
I feel like the school, like obviously the school doesn't have money, but like in my brain, I don't know. Like your parents don't owe it to you. I don't know how to explain it. Like
well, our parents birthed us. We didn't really choose.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, the higher grades we get on iLearn, like, the more the teachers get paid, as they should if they're being a good teacher. But, like, I got nothing out of sitting in that room and getting a random score that was lower than at least one person's, making me feel horrible. And, like, my science teacher, as well, giving us her OTTD, our science teacher, like, got a pay raise, which, like, he deserves it. He's a teacher. He's great, whatever. But, like, also, I did a bunch of work and got nothing. The teacher at least got to sit, like, for an hour. I don't know how to explain it. And I know for everything we're doing, an adult is doing something even harder. I just feel like we get no positive.
I agree. Okay, for our segment of the day, Can we do a media one? Has anybody finished a good book or movie that they want to talk about for a few seconds?
Okay, yes, I need to talk about Grey's Anatomy. Spoiler alert for Grey's Anatomy season 17, okay? Grey's Anatomy just released it. The episode that was released was March 25th. It was the episode all about Teddy and her PTSD. Okay, everybody hates Teddy in Grey's Anatomy right now. Everybody hates her, but here's the thing. If you skipped last night's episode, you are part of the issue for why mental health is not taken seriously. That episode was done so well and represented mental health in a way that I have never seen a TV show represent it. Now let's see what the follow-up is after that, because Grey's is notorious for doing really good for one episode and then not really giving them a full mental health storyline. But if you skipped last night's episode, shame. Shame, shame, shame. That's all I gotta say.
So that was our little segment of the day. Last time we did current events. So we're gonna rotate between a couple. I think. It's kind of fun. I like those. Okay, let's give our advice. My advice to people who are not teenagers is let there be such a thing as good enough. Not every time. You don't need to accept like mediocre all the time, because I know we need to like be motivated. But there's times in your life when there's so much going on, and there's like if there's a night like we need to eat dinner in our room to like get stuff done, or like we are like not communicating very well with the family or like with our friends, or we want to like whatever. Let it just be good enough for once. Just like there's a lack of leniency for teenagers, definitely. So just let it be good enough.
Yes, I agree. Okay, I'm gonna say my advice quick because my father is here. Okay, how do I want to say this? Honestly, to anybody, make sure that you realize that the problems you're facing now are not the same problems you're going to be facing in 10 to 20 years, right? So it's a really big deal right now. Mourn it, be upset, then get over it. It sounds harsh, but we have said multiple times that wallowing is not what we do. Wallowing in your problems is not going to solve them. Recognize the problem, be upset about it, and then find ways to fix it.
Can I add to that? Because that's a good thing. Okay, you will adapt. Bye, Isabella. You will adapt to handle as much as you need to. Not necessarily, like that's kind of, I know there's exceptions and everything, but like obviously they're like, well, you don't have adult problems because I'm not an adult. I don't have my brain isn't developed. Sorry, but yeah, I don't have adult problems. But that means the biggest problems I am facing are teenager problems. And they are huge in my world because they're all I'm facing. So, and like they're a lot for teenagers to handle. I'm argued to say like being a teenager now is harder than ever before. Like we're in a pandemic plus all the social media and all the school expectations. Like there's so much. And like people say we have the internet at our fingertips. Well, that also means we have the internet at our fingertips for everything. And like we're expected to know everything because it's on the internet and we're always on our phones. So we should just know the whole internet. That was like 2 pieces of advice. Also, in addition to my one I gave earlier, which is we will adapt when we're older to handle adult problems. Right now, our teenager problems are the biggest thing. So let them be big.
Just like for one day, think about like how that A will so little like affect your grade or whatever, and do something with your friends, because if it's really fun, you'll remember it for a long time. But are you really going to remember that on the biology pedigree quiz you got a 6 out of 6? No. And like obviously like I still do your homework, you can probably do both, but like yeah,
Make a memory. Haley?
Yeah. Maybe like text a friend some like random question that you think would like make them happy to talk about, kind of thing. Like something about their hobbies or whatever, just to like show them you're interested and that you care, I guess. Because I feel like that could be kind of cute.
That is cute. I like that advice, Haley. That's a good one. I'm going to do that.
Okay, guys, I have to go because my stepdad's alarm has been going off for around 20 minutes now, and it's been in the back of my head this entire time, and I'm about to explode.
Okay.
So,
Thank you guys for watching or listening to this episode of 14s. We will see you later. Goodbye. Bye.
bye.